It all started when I received a notice taped to my door. Your vehicle violates HOA standards and must be removed within 48 hours. No warning, no conversation, just a fine waiting to happen. The truck wasn't broken, leaking oil, or blocking anything. It was my pride, a 1985 Ford F-150. I restored myself. I called the HOA to reason, but they refused to listen. The president said my truck lowered property values. That's when I realized they didn't care about community standards. They cared about control, so I decided to give them exactly what they wanted, but with a twist. The next morning, instead of removing my truck, I carefully parked it right in front of the HOA office, engine spotless, chrome shining, an American flag waving from the bed. I even put up a little sign on the windshield that read, "Per ho request, vehicle removed from my driveway." By noon, my phone blew up. Neighbors were laughing, taking photos, and posting it all over our community page. The HOA board wasn't laughing, though. They demanded I move it immediately. I told them I was just following their own letter. I removed it from my driveway exactly as they asked. Within hours, the HOA president personally came outside, red-faced and furious. He threatened to have the truck towed. I calmly pointed out that the HOA's parking area was public access, meaning they couldn't do a thing without the city's approval. And since my registration and insurance were up to date, they had zero authority. Word spread fast. Homeowners started confronting the board during the next meeting, asking why their money was being spent harassing a guy for a parked truck. It didn't take long for people to realize this wasn't about community image, it was about power. Trips, the story exploded online after a neighbor posted a picture titled HOA's New Centerpiece. Even local news picked it up as a feel-good story about standing up to petty HOA abuse. Within a week, the HOA quietly changed the parking policy to allow non-commercial personal vehicles. And me, I became the unofficial neighborhood hero. Now my truck sits proudly in my driveway again, freshly waxed, with the same flag waving. Only now, the HOA drives past in silence. Sometimes the best way to win against control is to show just how absurd it really is. If you've ever had an HOA try to tell you what you can or can't do on your own property, hit that like button. Subscribe for more HOA revenge stories, and tell me in the comments what's the pettiest rule your HOA ever tried to enforce.